Okay, so today we're going to go over a few tips if you have been pre-approved and ready to go out searching for homes. Number one, let's start with be on time for showing. This is important because the agent more than likely has set up your home tours based off GPS coordinates and how long that they think it will take you guys to tour the home and the distance between that home and the next home. And if you're late, that can really screw up the schedule, right? Next, when you arrive at the home, always be careful of what you say inside the home because a lot of homeowners, they're going to have possibly, they may have recording devices inside the home. And if you say anything that's offensive to the seller, then that could stop you from getting that home should you go to market offers. Or even if you put an offer in and they don't like the offer, just based off some of the things you said because you may have said some things disparagingly about the home. Here's another great one. When you arrive at the home, be careful how you enter the home. If there are sidewalks available, make sure that you stay on the sidewalk and don't walk on the seller's grass, especially if the seller has a meticulous grass or if it's raining outside or their weather conditions have been inclement and you don't want to track anything into the seller's home. How about this one? I believe that on tours, everyone should stay in the same room or within close proximity so that way we can all make sure that there aren't any mishaps or, especially when you have children, or that the seller can come back and say something came up missing. We can then validate for each other that we know that no one within our group was the person that took this item because sometimes there could be multiple tours for that home throughout the day. So everyone should stay in the same room. This also can stop, a lot of times I've seen children, they may run outside and they may want to play with toys in other rooms, but if you run outside and you get on the jungle gym or whatever, kids can get hurt and that's a whole nother animal. So let's everyone stay together. This one's really important. Don't use the seller's bathroom unless you absolutely have to, right? Because that's the last thing someone wants is someone to use their restroom when they come home and they found that you left something unpleasant there or you possibly had some bad aim. So whatever you're doing, make sure that between tours you're not drinking something or eating something that's not gonna agree with your stomach, as we can say. So let's try to be careful of that. And also when you're coming home, don't bring liquids in the home, I would say, because if you create a spill, it could be some carpet, it could be on the floor, maybe there's nothing to wipe it up. You just don't want to do that. So be very careful and cognizant. How about this one? Whatever you do, don't walk up in the attic. It's okay to take a peek up there, but if you go up there and you start walking around and maybe you miss a beam and you mess around, your foot slides, and next thing you know, your foot is going to the drywall, and guess who is going to have to pay for a drywall repair? You, Mr. Your home inspector. Just kidding. Let's let the home inspector do his job. So be careful going inside the drywalls. Also be careful if you go up in the crawl space of the home as well. How about this? Don't sit on the seller's furniture. A lot of people are very picky about the furniture. And like I said, there could be cameras in there, and the last thing they want to do is to see that you've made yourself at home on their furniture, and you definitely don't want to break anything. So be careful of the furniture, even sitting on the bed. That's not your bed. You're there to check out the home, not to check out that mattress. All right? How about that? This one may make you cringe. Don't bring pets onto home tours. The reason why I say that is while we all love our little fur balls and whatnot, what you don't want to do is bring that pet into someone else's home because you never know what someone else could be allergic to, and the last thing you want to do is get a seller sick. So always, if that's the case and you really have to have a support animal with you or whatnot, make sure that you contact your listing agent to let them know that that pet will be on the premises so that you will have them. I totally believe that if you are going to be touring homes, all the decision makers need to be available for the first tour. Because what can happen if you say, well, I'm going to take a look at it, but then I'm going to let whoever the other decision maker come look at it a couple of days later or maybe after work, that could, during that timeline, that house could go into contract. But you always want to make sure that everyone is there that can make the right decisions on the home whenever you tour it. Last but not least, let's make sure that you turn off any lights that you turned on during your home tour that were not on when you came into the home, as well as that you lock up all the doors, because we want to make sure that the seller feels safe when they come home, because there's nothing worse than the seller coming home and there's a door unlocked because they don't know who's been in the house or who's still in the house. So let's make sure we're taking care of these homes and the seller has a good feeling about your home tour. Maybe if you put an offer in, they'll take your offer. So let me know if you found this video helpful. If you've got some more tips for buyers that are out there looking at homes, put them down below. I'd love to know what you think.